Hey, this is Pastor Ben here. Just wanted to give you our COVID update. As many of you know by now, that cases in the West Michigan area and especially here in Holland have been on the rise for quite a few weeks now. And in the process of us beginning to worship in person, we had set some guidelines, and one of those was an increased rate in COVID cases and also the Holland Public Schools being shut down and going strictly online. We are going to follow those guidelines and also follow the governor's orders in limiting the amount of people that are in-person gathering. This breaks my heart to share this with you, as I know many of you have relied on gathering together here at the Boulevard to worship, and it has been a sacred space. But I want you to know that this does not mean that church is going to be canceled for any amount of time. Even though for the next foreseeable future, we may not be gathering in person, we will, however, be gathering online. We will be gathering in small groups, our life group ministry, and we will be gathering in a new way of building community here at the Boulevard on social media. We are going to have a Advent Christmas season small group on Facebook. More information will follow. And you can engage in church not just on Sunday mornings on our Facebook Live or YouTube, but you can engage in church all throughout the week. This week, we had planned to give away over 20 Thanksgiving boxes. That is still happening. And I'm so thankful for many of you who have donated time, who have donated your resources and energy to caring for over 20 families. We got some amazing food, we have huge turkeys, and it's just going to be a great way for us to bless our community. So if you are coming to church Sunday morning to grab those, please know that that is still happening. I was reading this morning in Acts 1 about the early church, and I was realizing how important it was for the early church to develop intimate community with one another as they were awaiting the Pentecost, as they were awaiting receiving the power of the Holy Spirit. And Acts 1 talks about this beautiful image of the early church gathering together in the upper room to pray, to encourage one another, and to really be the church. And I believe, friends, that this is the time for us to be the church. Even though we won't be meeting in person, we will be meeting online. We will be continuing to grow in our faith. We will continue to pass the baton and to share the love of Jesus and the grace of Jesus to our neighbor. So please be on the lookout for opportunities to do that in this season. I'm so excited about how the Lord is going to shape us and has continued to shape us in this season. But I also know that my heart mourns for the reality that some of us won't be able to gather together in worship. And I hope that you can understand that we are doing this for the benefit of our neighbor, for the love of our neighbor, and for each other. We have talked as elders and as leaders and as staff and as many of our leaders here at the Boulevard, and just feel like this is the most important way for us to worship in this season. And so I would just want to continue to encourage you to engage your faith, use your faith, grow in your faith, and let's continue to discover God's love with our neighbors. Peace.